Welcome to Macmillan Education, the earliest societies. Oh, there you are. How was school today, Rohan?
School was fun, Mom. We have no homework for tomorrow, but I have a fancy dress competition on Monday.
Wow, a fancy dress competition? That'll be exciting.
Isn't it a bit girly to dress up? All the girls in my class wanted to be either a fairy or a princess.
No, it's not girly at all. Even boys can be a part of fancy dress. Have you thought of anything for yourself?
How about a devil? I'll go scare every girl in the class.
Oh, that's not a nice idea. I would be disappointed if you did do that.
Okay, how about the Flintstones? I'll dress up as Fred Flintstone.
That will be wonderful.
Mom, that cartoon has no reality, right? I mean, it is so odd to be living that way in caves.
Of course, people in the Stone Age lived in the caves that way.
No way.
Oh, yes. In fact, initially, we were ape-like creatures. We eventually evolved from 4 feet to 2 feet and 2 hands. This led to the evolution of the thumb, and we learned to hold objects. Our brain size also developed, and we started using stones for different purposes like making tools. We used stones as our main material as it was easily available. Now this is the main reason why this period was called the Stone Age.
Now I know why Fred Flintstone has the word stone in his name. Wow. Mom, tell me more about them.
The Stone Age is divided in 3 parts: the Paleolithic Age, the Mesolithic Age, and the Neolithic Age.
Mom, was the Paleolithic age first?
Yes, you know, Rohan, Paleos means old and lithos means stone in Greek. You know, you have studied about lithosphere in realms of earth, which is the rocky layer of earth. Hence, Paleolithic age is also called the Old Stone Age.
Wow, Mom, you know Greek too.
Oh, I don't know. I just read it in the history books. Anyway, the Old Stone Age lasted approximately from 500,000 BCE to 10,000 BCE. This age is also called the Ice Age as the climate was extremely cold and many parts of the earth were covered with ice. During this time, people were nomads. They roamed from one place to other in search of food and shelter. They even discovered how to produce and use fire for their advantage. The earliest evidence for controlled use of fire is at the Lower Paleolithic site of Gesher Beno Yaakov in Israel, where charred wood and seeds were recovered from a site dated 790,000 years ago. This period is subdivided into 3 parts: Early or Lower Paleolithic, the time when man began using stone to build his tools such as hand axe and chopping tools. Sites from this time have been found on the banks of the river Son in Punjab, now in Pakistan, and river Narmada. Middle Paleolithic. During this time, they matured to use flake tools and made needles so that they could sew furs and animal skins together to cover their body. They also began to live in groups and started painting on the walls of their caves. A novel aspect of community life that started at that time was burial of the dead. The sites from this time have been found on the banks of River Luni in Rajasthan and the Narmada Valley. Later or Upper Paleolithic. This was the last phase of the Ice Age when the climate became warmer. People of those times advanced to use blade tools. During this period, people also began to make their own shelters. They also made necklaces and bracelets of shells, bones, etc. The sites from this time have been found in Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh.
But why did they need tools at that age? Did they fight each other?
No, Rohan, at that time people survived on gathering food and hunting. Therefore, they needed tools for hunting as well as processing their food. That is why they began to shape their tools into crude knives, axe head, choppers, cleavers, scrapers, etc. These tools were used to cut meat, hunting animals, cutting down trees, clearing forests, smoothing barks and animal skins, etc. The tools used then are divided into three types. Core tools. They were the size of a human hand and were used for throwing and pounding. Flake tools. These were used for scraping. Blade tools. These were twice in length as their breadth, eventually evolved into knives, spears, and arrowheads.
Did the women hunt as well?
That is not known, but as they began to live in groups or bands for protection, they also began to do tasks together like tackling a hostile environment, hunting big and small animals, gathering a variety of plant food, constructing shelters, making and using tools and painting. Men and women may have done work together, or it is also possible that men and women did some tasks individually.
Mom, how did they discover fire?
Archaeologists believe that fire was probably discovered accidentally by rubbing two stones against each other. Discovery of fire was a turning point for humans. Advantages of fire were: it could keep people warm and light up dark caves. It helped humans roast and cook food. It was used to scare away wild animals and help humans in their battle for survival.
Mom, now tell me about the Mesolithic age. Does it also mean something in Greek?
Very much, Rohan. In Greek, mesos means middle and lithos means
Stone.
yes. Hence, this period is also called Middle Stone Age. This period lasted from 10,000 BCE to about 8,000 BCE. The people in this age continued to live by hunting and gathering food. As the climate got warmer, newer and smaller animals were hunted. It also initiated greater interest in particular types of animals and plants, which ultimately led to domestication of certain animals. Dog became the first pet of humans mainly because it defended them from wild animals.
I love dogs. They are the best animals.
Yes, dogs are friendly and protective. The tools of this age got smaller, sharper, and more efficient than the Paleolithic tools called microliths. Some Mesolithic sites have been discovered in Bagor in Rajasthan and Adamgarh in Madhya Pradesh in India.
Mom, doesn't Neolithic age mean New Stone Age?
Yes, Rohan, Neos means new in Greek. This age stretched from the 8000 BCE to about 3000 BCE. In some places, however, it continued till 1000 BCE. During this time, we began agriculture and animal husbandry by cultivating crops, especially cereals, and by taming and breeding animals to serve their needs. Two very important features of this age were invention of wheel and pottery. The invention of the wheel thus falls in the late Neolithic age and may be seen in conjunction with other technological advances that gave rise to the early Bronze Age. This important invention led to the potter's wheel and carts with wheels. Now people could make pots for storing grain and use carts with wheels to transport goods and grains. Tools were better. There were social, political, and religious changes. In India, Neolithic sites have been found in Barzahom in Kashmir.
Mom, what did the people paint during those times?
They often drew figures of running bisons, bears, stags, herds of other animals, and human life of those times on the walls and ceilings of the caves and rock shelters they lived in. The most famous sites are Bhimbetka and Adamgarh. The paintings in Bhimbetka, Madhya Pradesh show hunters-gatherers chasing animals and birds. The main colors used for painting were red and white and occasionally ochre.
Nice. All this information is going to make watching Flintstones even more interesting than ever. Also, now I have enough information to talk on my fancy dress day.